Aloha all and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario 64. I'm Paper Mario Guy, and in the last episode we got some more stars, I believe, in Tall Tall Mountain and in Tiny Huge Island, maybe? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, in this episode we're going to go back to some of the areas that we've already visited, and we're first going to go to Wet Dry World to do some of the stuff here. So, this is the secret thing. And I would recommend jumping in at mid-level, and I really can't describe to you where they are. You're just going to kind of have to watch where I go, because they're really weird to describe. Don't read the sign, jump into the box. But the first one is going to be right there, and yeah, so Wet Dry World, one thing I will say about it, and I think I might have mentioned this, I'm not quite sure, is that 100 coins for this particular world is really not too difficult, and you really shouldn't have too many problems with it. If you do, you could always go to the opposite world, and there's lots of coins in there too. Get away from me. Alright, so we're going to, be getting the 100 coin star as well as the itty bitty secrets if you haven't, figured that out yet. But while I'm doing those two things, I figure I'd talk about a few things about Super Mario 64 that I find interesting, or that I think are, pretty cool tidbits, and things that I like to know about the game, just little small facts. Those are always interesting. So, the first thing that I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but maybe not quite to the extent, is obviously, Super Mario 64 is popular, but, at this point in time, years and years and years later after the release, and, with all the critical acclaim that, wow, I'm getting shocked by every amp that there is. Oh, and I'm getting lit on fire, so let's not die. How about that? That sounds good to me. Hopefully it sounds good to everyone else, too. Alright, let's find some coins so I don't die. Already got the ones over there. Okay, I can jump in the water. Good. Here we go. Back up to health. We need to come down here anyway because we got the two secrets that were up there. But, the game's really popular, but, now, however many years after, 15 years after, the fact, Ocarina of Time is obviously, the more critically acclaimed game, and, I feel like there's a lot of games that are a little bit more, I don't know if I would say popular, because this is an insanely popular game, but, this is the best-selling game for the N64, and by a large margin, too. No game really came close to selling as many copies as Super Mario 64 did on the N64, and that, might be due in part to the fact that there are quite a few games that have this advantage of being a game that's sold with the console, and Super Mario 64 is no exception. So I'm sure that contributed to it a bit, but I don't honestly think that it would have. I don't think that it would have sold any worse had it not been, and that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, real quick, this box, you push it, you'll get one, and hitting this box will get you the fifth. So there's two boxes up there on the top. You have to push in that one block, and then push this block, and then jump into it, and you'll get you'll get all five. And then you just have to raise the water level and go back. I only need 6 more coins though, so hopefully I can find 6 easy coins. No coins from there. Maybe there are some on this platform over here. I don't know, I need to raise the water level. Either which way you look at it. But, some other interesting tidbits, it's sold well. It's also the second most popular game on the Virtual Console. Off the top of my head, I can't think of what it is, but I mean, you can pretty much assume that it's either going to be, Ocarina of Time, or Super Mario World, or, Super Mario Brothers, or A Link to the Past, one of the huge titles, like the juggernaut titles of Nintendo's history. So this game, you know, even still today, is pretty interesting. And then obviously there, you know, the remake, but I talked about that all last episode. Something that not a lot of people know, is that there were two projects that had to do with Super Mario 64, and some go as different names, but there's there's a project called Super Mario 64 2, and then there's also a project called Super Mario 128. And 128 is probably the more well-known of the two, for the fact that it wound up becoming Super Mario Sunshine, or a lot of people think that it wound up becoming Sunshine. And then there is 128, or I mean Super Mario 64 2, which was not released, or let me think. Was it released or was it not released? Let me kill this guy first. Maybe killing this guy will refresh my memory. Oh, no, Mr. Purple Guy. Ow. That hurts. Don't do that. Well, this purple guy is definitely going to drop the amount of coins that we need. He's gonna at least drop 3 coins, so we can actually get all 100 on this side alone. But know that there's 8 red coins on the other side. No. Okay, fine. Throw me over there. But know that there's 8 red coins for you to still get on the other side. So if you're running low on coins, there is that. But anyway, 100 red coins now. But the Super Mario 64 DD was short-lived. It was a really big commercial failure in Japan. It was never even released in the United States. And Super Mario 64 2 was actually going to be a game for it. Real quick on the Super Mario 64 2, though, other games that were, like, other big games that were actually going to be for it, there was actually, like, 3 Donkey Kong games that were going to be created for it. They all wound up being worked into what you now know as Donkey Kong 64. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's so great, because, you know, 3 different games went into it. But, there was also Super Mario RPG 2, which was supposed to be released for it, but that wound up turning into Paper Mario, which I'm, you know, very grateful for, because Paper Mario is great and I love it. But yeah, those are just some some little tidbits on kind of the history of Super Mario, the N64 DD, which is the disk drive, I believe. I think that's what DD stands for. Yes, the disk drive. And I don't know. I think it would have been interesting to see some of the projects that would have come from there. But ultimately, if it failed in Japan, which is huge on gaming, I feel like it definitely would have failed in America. Although we are prone to gimmicky things, so I don't know. Who knows? But some other things about, Super Mario 64, is that, there's tons of references all over the place in a bunch of different games. Probably, most notably is, the fact that almost every main series Mario platformer that's been released since has kind of opened in a similar way to Super Mario 64, and by that I mean the fact that Princess Peach, sends a letter. So Galaxy and Paper Mario, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, all games that kind of were reference Super Mario 64. In Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, there's a room with a bunch of different blocks in them, and one of the blocks is actually from Super Mario 64. I forget which of the other blocks. I think Super Mario World block is represented, and Paper Mario's block is represented, but just something a little interesting for that. But it's, you know, reference all over the place in, you know, the sports games and stuff like that with remixes and stuff like that. Two of the stages in Super Smash Bros. Melee, the Princess Peach's Castle, as well as the Rainbow Ride level, which we'll get to Rainbow Ride in a little bit, both came from this game, and you gotta be kidding me. Are you busting my balls right now? Because I think that's what you're doing. Ugh. I'm not gonna be able to get over to this guy. Gah! What the hell? Let me jump out and land on you. No! Don't do that, you prick! Why did that? Oh, come on. I have to exit, and then I have to go all the way back up the stairs and enter Snowman's Land. All because that douchebag wanted to... That's annoying. But yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of loose references too. Like basically any game with Princess Peach's Castle, I guess, could technically be considered a reference. Although I really don't. I mean, this is the game that it really debuted in. But I don't know. That's being a little vague. I'm talking about like, you know, like really like hardcore references. Like Mario Kart DS had a tick-tock clock as a racetrack, and you know that's like a direct reference, and you know that type of stuff. But you know, Super Mario 64 definitely has like a legacy, and I don't know if there's gonna be another Mario game that quite gets up to the reputation that this one currently has, because this is an insanely popular game. But anyway, what you want to do for this next mission is you want to grab the shell, and you're going to come over here, and you're actually going to go up this little thing right here, and you're going to get over here, and then you're going to press Z to crouch, and you can crawl into this igloo, and that's what it means by into the igloo. And this is actually a pretty huge place for, you know, what seems like it's a pretty small area. But there's a lot of coins in here, by the way, and you're going to want to come in here for your 100 coin star as well, so keep this place in mind. We're not going to get the 100 coin star here in this particular episode because I don't feel like getting it. But your bob-omb buddy's also going to be here, and he's essential. Now, where is the place? Where's the block? Am I blind or something? I might be blind. I'm clearly missing this. Are you over here? Ah! Get over here. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So you want to come over all the way to this back, I guess, right corner. And there's going to be an invincibility block. And this will allow you to go through, rush right over to the middle section. And then you're going to do like a little back jump. And into the igloo is completed. And that puts us at 1324. But we're gonna head over to Tiny Huge Island to try to get another star real quick, because I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I remember where the itty bitty secrets are now, and before I forget where they are, you know, knock it out now. But I don't know if you guys know any, you know, interesting little tidbits. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff about the beta of this game that, you know, I probably don't know, and I could probably just go on to like the Super Mario Wiki and look up. But those are like, you know, some kind of general facts that maybe some of you people don't know. I just would have liked to see what they would have done if they made a Super Mario 64 too, because like, you know, it's pretty easy to do a sequel with Galaxy, because that's pretty straightforward. But I don't know, with this, like, how do you create, you know, continue to create the uniqueness and like the balance, you know, the perfect blend that this game has? I don't know. It would have been interesting to see for sure. Alright, get up here. Alright, so we're gonna have to talk to this bob-omb buddy. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna open up this cannon that's gonna be right over here, and that's actually going to be the 4th area that you have to go to. And then area number 5 is actually going to be all the way at the top of the mountain, and obviously this has to be the small version, otherwise this is not gonna work. This was one of the sections. It's basically like any place that there's a hole. But you kind of want to be careful up here because this is a small board and you don't want to fall off because that just gets annoying. So, walk gingerly. And then you can make your way up here for number 5. And the star is going to go all the way the hell out there. I don't know where that is, because I wasn't paying attention. Ugh. But 5 itty-bitty secrets, not too hard if you know where they are. But I still think this is the hardest of the secret areas, because it's like, how are you supposed to know, you know, that these things are where they are? I don't know. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to know that, but apparently you are. But I'm gonna go into the giant world because I think this is gonna make this a little, like a little bit easier. I believe there's a switch. Is there not a switch? Is it? Oh, it's over there. I gotcha. I feel you, dog. Alright, so... Ow, don't stop hitting me. What did I do to you? Ow! I'm not dying. I just got here. Okay, alright, I am dying. Great. He was in the ground. What the hell? What? God damn it. That was stupid. That was absolutely stupid. I wish I could convey to you guys how stupid that was. Wow, lame. Just lame. I was done. I had the star. Now I have to do it again. What the fuck? Ugh. That's so frustrating. Alright, hopefully I don't have to talk to the bob-omb buddy again, so maybe this will go a little bit quicker. I don't know. I don't know how much quicker that could possibly make it, but... Alright. Screw walking gingerly. I want to do this quick now. Pissed me off. Ugh. That's just obnoxious. Alright. Hey, I fell into one. That's awesome. Oh, invisible wall. Thank you for being there. Because if I would have fell off the edge... Oh, man. Someone would have had to pay. It would have been hell. Alright, I can just swim over here for number 5, as long as it's open. And it is! Alright, so now we can go over and grab the star again. See, that was really quick. It doesn't take very long. I just need to not die against some stupid-ass piranha plant. Oh, but, yeah. Alright, yeah, run Koopa quick. Because you die, and you give 5 coins. And I need those 5 coins. Well, I don't need them, because I'm not doing the 100 coin star right now. Oh my god. Getting nervous, I'm going to fall off the edge again. Come on, you can hop up there. I know you can. You're not going to fall off. You're not going to get punked out by a piranha plant. Those are all things that you're not going to do. If there was a list of things that Mario isn't going to do, those 2 would probably be at the top. Nerve-wracking, taking longer than it needs to, all things to describe this episode. But it's done, we got some more stars, so we're up to 95, and that's awesome. In the next episode, who knows what we'll do. So I'll see you guys all then.